Hi, my name is Brian Moon. I'm with Easy Riders Bikes in beautiful downtown Brainerd, Minnesota. And today I'm here with the growing Energized Kids Bike Fleet. Our goal is to give you some information and best practices for utilizing the bike fleet so kids can have fun, be safe, and improve their lifestyle. We're going to show you how to unlock the trailer and prepare it for loading and unloading process. One of the best practices is to begin with unlocking your side door. As you can see, there's both a latch lock and a deadbolt. Always be sure when you are closing up your trailer that you use both the deadbolt and the latch lock. On your key ring, you will find a purple key, and that is used for the trailer. The silver key is what's used for the locks. It's a master lock key for all the locks on the trailer. Start by unlocking your deadbolt. Same key to unlock your latch and open your door. When opening your side door, be sure to utilize the latch that's fastened to the trailer to secure the door open. There is a T-shaped bracket that snaps into a mount that is on the door. Snap your bracket on, give the door a light tug, and you're good to go. When working with the trailer and opening the rear door, be sure that there's nothing around the back of the door when you lower the ramp down that could be damaged or that could damage the door. Each of these locks utilizes the same master key. There is a weatherproof shutter on the lock. Be sure that that's open, and the opposite when you're closing the trailer. Close that up. It helps to prevent freezing and corrosion inside our locks. Insert your key. Open the top lever. Open the large pivoting lever. Swing down. Repeat those steps for both sides. And for safekeeping, so locks don't get lost, I encourage you to put your lock back on the latch on both sides, so it'll be there waiting for you when you return the bikes to the trailer and load up to go home. Give yourself a double check, make sure your space is clear. Grab onto the lever on the door and carefully open the door. As you can see, there's guidelines on a spring assist that helps you to lift and lower the door so it doesn't slam down or slam up. There's also a loading ramp that you can then open up. Welcome to the bike fleet. Inside each trailer you'll find it fully stocked with an assortment of bicycles in 20-inch, 24-inch, and adult size 26 or 700 series wheels. The trailer is equipped with hooks that match the specific wheel size of the bikes as well as the specific rental units. Each of the hooks will have a designated number that matches the number on the frame of the bike. You'll also find designated wheel size hooks in the trailer. In the black trailer, the rearmost hooks are for 24-inch wheeled bikes. The central hooks are for the 20-inch bicycles. And towards the front of the trailer, you'll find hooks for the 700 series and 26-inch wheeled bikes for both larger riders, taller students, and adults. Each of the trailers is equipped with a pump for maintaining tire pressure, a light tool kit for maintenance, just in case. If you ever come across any need for service or maintenance, please make a note in your program evaluation form, and our service partners will promptly take care of those units. There's also an emergency trail side kit to go with one of the guides. This can be mounted on the handlebars of the bike, and there are spare tubes, tire pump, patch kit, and space for first aid supplies, all to ensure that you have a safe and fun ride. In the trailers, above all the bikes, you'll also find an assortment of helmets on hooks to be utilized when riding the bikes. As a requirement for this program, every rider needs to have an approved personal helmet or utilize one of the growing Energized helmets that are available. When loading and unloading, one necessary observation and consideration you need to make is to be very careful with the rear derailleurs on the bicycle. This rear derailleur is a fragile piece that has a really important job, and that's to change the rear gears on the bicycle. This trailer, by design, holds the bikes very secure in place so they don't come off the wall and fall and get damaged. But in the loading and unloading process, you need to be aware of how the bike may be interacting with the racking system. When you are loading and unloading, we ask that you be mindful of the rear derailleur bumping into the chocks that are mounted to the floor. You can do this by carefully lifting up on the bike and making sure, maybe even use a knee on the seat, making sure that that doesn't bump into the chocks and get damaged. When it comes time to unload the bikes from the rental trailer, it's the best time to give it a quick inspection as the unloader. Check tire pressure by squeezing the tires, front and back. You can twist the seat. You can also check your controls, make sure that your handlebar seems tight and snug. Make sure that you use good lifting practices to not stress your back out or cause injury. You're going to grab onto the rear wheel and the saddle on the bike, and you'll be lifting straight up. Swing the front wheel out, unmount the wheel from the hook, and you can go ahead and set it down on the front wheel or the rear wheel and lower it down to the ground. Remember to use your knees. A tight core goes a long ways. Once you've got it down on the ground, you can grab both the front and the rear brake levers and check to make sure it's got stopping power, and then you can hand it off to your runners, who will then move it to the staging area. As we shared before, the best practice for loading and unloading is to utilize a loader, unloader, and a team of runners who can take the bikes and keep the program organized by staging them in nice, neat lines. This will make it easier when kids are picking out their bikes, and for the leaders to keep control over the bikes themselves, and to help guide and steer the kids to get on the proper size bike so that everybody can have the best ride possible. When it comes time to load your trailer, we recommend staging your bikes outside so that you can load the larger bikes towards the front of the trailer. The larger bikes will have a 700 series wheel or a 26-inch wheel and will be the obviously bigger frames. On the sections of hooks designated for 26-inch wheels, there will be an arrow next to your hook indicating if your bike is facing up or facing down, and you'll begin loading the bikes in and then carefully alternating them so that both the controls up top and down low are not interfering or damaging each other, as well as staying mindful of those rear derailleurs. As you work your way down, we have found that the best practice is to continue the up-down alternation of the bikes on each side, but then as you move towards the rear of the trailer, begin alternating from side to side and work your way to the back. So you'll be alternating between large adult size 26-inch wheels, 24-inch wheels, 20-inch wheels, and it'll be 20 through this section, and then towards the very back you'll be into the 24-inch bikes again. When your team stages the bikes, keep in mind that the first one out will be the last one in. So line up all of your bikes in order based on their unit numbers that are marked and indicated on your frames, so that you can systematically reload the trailer with each of the bikes and their corresponding hooks to make it smooth as possible. Another best practice would be to start with the first bikes that are going into the trailer when reloading closest to the door, and have your runners systematically hand them off to the loader. When loading your bicycles, as you wheel the bikes up to the trailer, be mindful of the bike preceding it, whether it's up or down, so that you can maintain the alternating up and down sequence in the trailer. Remember to use your knees and tighten your core when you're lifting the bikes. Be mindful of your derailleur so it doesn't bump into the wheel chock, and carefully lift up and secure the bike in the hooks. Make sure that after you've loaded the bike, the rear wheel was not forced into the wheel chock, but it slid in smooth, and that the front wheel is definitely hooked into the hook. I recommend holding onto the saddle with one hand and the middle of the handlebars with the other. And just simply lift up, mount that front wheel on the hook, carefully guide your rear wheel in, use your knees, and let the bike drop into the hook, and it's secure. Give it a light tug, and you're good to go. When closing your trailer, just as in the unloading and opening process, Please pay attention to your surroundings to make sure that there's no hands or feet that could get pinched, or any product or belongings that could get caught inside this door when we lift it up. This is a cable system to assist because it is a heavy door. Turn your ramp back up, bend your knees, lift straight up, and use your hand. Do not let go of the door so that it does not slam into the trailer. Use those handles. You can work with a partner to close the door nice and smooth. Because you put your locks on the latch so you didn't lose them, you'll quickly take those off. You'll close the large pivot lever, lock it into the latch, close the latch, install your lock, secure your lock, make sure it's locked and close the little weather hatch. We'll do that on both sides. Good to go. Then you move to your front door. And remember to unlatch the front door from the security latch that keeps the door open when using the trailer. Just snap it out of the bracket. Again, make sure that there's nothing trapped in the doorway. Make sure that all materials are secured inside the trailer so that they don't move around during transport. And then gently close your door. Lock both latches, please. Check your lock, rock and roll.